Hey gang, this time I checked my sound setting under my settings because sometimes when I go to make a video, yesterday I had to delete one and start over. The audible is real low. The way if you're having that trouble, instead of buying a microphone, so just use the one that's on the laptop computer. It's very tiny. It's like a size of a needle or whatever. Click on settings, computer settings, and then it'll have a list of things like updates, different things. Click on sound. Okay, you're going to have two volume controls, one for your speakers for you to listen to. The one under that, even though it doesn't say microphone, it is a microphone. There will be two. Have them both at 100. But the one for the microphone on these computers, I don't know what the hell's going on from this. It's Microsoft settings because a couple of times a week I'll be on here, and I like for my music to play loud too. I listen to a lot of rock music. It'll be down to 82%. Man, that makes me so mad. And yesterday I had to delete a video, but it was a good video that I made yesterday. And I'm like, no, I want to get this out to people. I'm going to do this again. You know, I mean, isn't that, I figured, what if I was a movie star or whatever? Or a spokesperson, they have to sometimes redo stuff over and over and over. Get it done. You get better at it like that. Like I've learned that about this volume control. But what I want to talk to about is a lot of videos you will see. Okay, let's focus first on people, women, and a lot of them will be old women, in their 60s and 70s. And it'll be, I'm having to live in my SUV. I had to give it all up. I'm living an RV life now. There's a lot of these older women pulling this crap on the internet. But I can tell you people something that I know. Okay, it's a matter of common intelligence and something else that is undeniable. That marks it all is a bunch of damn lies. Because if you're sitting there in an SUV like one woman, supposed to be 74, and I've been living in my SUV now for 2 months, I just couldn't survive anymore. The taxes on my house after my husband died. And she's supposed to have been living in that SUV for 2 months. But then her hair's all done up. She's sitting up straight, a nice blouse, and all this. But here's something else that gets me. Every time she makes a video, I'll see to where like in 3 days she'll have 50,000 views. In a week's time, those people will have up to 100,000 views. People, that cannot be right. There is no way that can be right. Because if a person is on the low end, medium income, or they're just a common person, they are not going to get 50,000 damn views in 3 days. The only way that can happen, they have to be an absolute elite, very important person worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. Because why would they get those many? Why would they get those many? Because they have influence, people. I mean, you people, ordinary people, try making a video. And look at my videos. One I made that thought was real good about the Waffle House back in the mid 70s. It's only got 45 views. And that's a better video than this other garbage I see on there. You know, another one was from a man yesterday. Man, I actually exposed him. It was so stupid. Okay, he's sitting out in the country, appears to be this old, heavy set man, and he's a baby boomer. But here's two big problems. He says, with baby boomers, we were from 1950 to 1970. Ah, and I'm like, what the hell? And I looked down there at the views, and the video was only one day old, 42,000 views. I left him a comment and I said, sir, you were raised in a money bubble. You are trying to impersonate what would be a middle income or lesser individual and some old guy that lives out in the country with very little means. I said, sir, there is no way you could get 42,000 views in one day. I said, you are an elite individual. You are worth millions. And I said, I don't know the purpose or why you were put up to making this fake ass video, but another thing that proved it. I said, here's how I know you're worth millions of dollars. Because a person that is, this man was around 70 years old, like I am. For him to think people born in 1970 were also baby boomers. See, that's what got him right there. I said, sir, you are an idiot that never lived in the real world or lived like the rest of us, that are from middle income families and incomes. I said, how is some person that was born in 1970 the same as a person like me that was born in 1956? How can you say they are the same generation as I am? I mean, excuse me here. It's just us back then, like today. When I was 16, I got my driver's license by doing driver's ed. It was $33. That's the average. Most high school kids get their driver's license about 16. Now, a person that was born in 1970 would have only been 2 years old. How in the hell is that the same generation as me? Huh? See, he couldn't explain that, but then he tries to make an excuse to me. He said, well, I just didn't look at the average figures. I said, no, sir. Here we go again. Bullshit. I said, you had to be raised in a money bubble to where you literally don't know the damn difference. As to where you never actually lived, but never associated with your school peers at any of the beginners, middle school, or high school at all. You had to have been. Because, a person like myself, I brought up another. I said, you're saying a person that was born in 1970 is the same generation as I am, and that they're a baby boomer like I am? When they couldn't have possibly gone to driver's ed until the year 1986 or 1987. And I said, hey, do you realize some girl that's a baby boomer that was born in 1954, many of them had children in 1970, you idiots? Because see, he kept trying to lie to him. And one day, 42,000 views. People, there is no way he was some old man living out in the country. That's bullshit. And you have a lot of this on the internet, a lot of this. It'll be people trying to, there's also another woman, and she was talking about last week, saying, I don't know what to do. I'm 55. I can't work anymore. I signed in and I'm living in a caregiver's, apartment complex. And she said, people die all the time and I don't want to live like this anymore, and all this shit. But then again, one day, 80,000 views. All right. And then yesterday I saw where she made another video, and this is only 5 days later. And she's standing in front of a beachfront somewhere and says, people, don't worry, you can be anything you want in this life, dressed up good and all this. And I'm like, what happened to this other life you had 5 days ago? See, that disappeared. I'm not sure what's behind this. um, Maybe it's the elites. They're trying to mind meld us to believe things that are just not true, so that we'll believe in things, like to believe that, oh, because see these old women, for example, and even pretty younger girls in their 20s, they'll have makeup on. Say, I've been living in my car too much. La, 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 la. And there again, a lot of views, Like every day, they get 25,000 views a day at least. No, they have to be Elons. People worth millions of dollars for that to even be possible. It's not possible otherwise. You know, a company can do that. Or Elton John music. I noticed that there's 999 million views. But hell, people have been looking at that for 20 damn years, and Elton John's popular. Of course, that's going to have that, and he is an elite person, okay? But this is wake up call to people. Wake up call. I mean, for all of y'all. Before you feel sorry for a person, say, "Oh, that poor old woman, that poor old man." Look at those views again. Because if they're a person that's really living on the low end, they're not going to get 20,000 damn views a day, people. See, that has to be pushed. Commerce has to be involved for that to happen. That's the only way that can happen. And I think what they're trying to do, see, the elite system, what they're trying to do, investors, they're trying to buy up all the houses so that they can rent or lease them permanently and quit mortgaging houses for people. And I think what they're trying to do is get people to believe, oh, walk away from it. I'm living in my SUV now. I've met other people and I'm happier. I don't have all that. They're trying to make people believe this shit when it's not true. And I think that's what's behind that. And people, here's something I've learned. I don't care if it's a nice old lady, a nice old man, or even a child. In this life, when there's money involved, well, they're all liars. Liars, liars, liars. It's about money, 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 money. See, I don't have to lie to y'all because my videos, I'm not asking for donations. I don't have advertising on my video. There you go. Same thing for all my mechanical advice. I've given mechanical advice for decades now, for people to hear how to repair stuff, motorcycles, cars, diesel engine, you name it, even heavy equipment. I've done that too. I don't have to lie to anybody because there's no gain and I don't get more views, you know. Now I've got some videos that are like 13 years old that have 10,000 views. But yeah, in 13 years, or whatever. But oh God, what else? Hope I'm not skipping anything here. Just another thing, stop falling for it. Okay, there's a lot of those short videos. It's called shorts, and it'll show, look at how this woman or this man handled this person that wouldn't let an elderly person sit down on the subway, or how they acted. This man had enough how a passenger acted on a airplane. But think about something. Who is the person holding the camera that's standing there recording these people attacking each other, but then they're in no danger at all? Who are they? Well, that proves right there, people, it's staged. It's staged. Because if you have a couple of majorly pissed off people, and some guy with muscles, and another one is trying to take the seat, not let an elderly person sit down. And the guy said, "I'll handle you, punk." Well, those angry people, they're going to look at someone standing there holding a camera. They're going to mention it. Yeah, please record all this for it, you know. Otherwise, what they're going to get, it's like, hey, you piece of shit, what are you doing? Is this your amusement for the day? See, there's going to be a reaction. It's not like people are going to notice that. If I'm standing 10 feet away from you and someone bigger than you is fixing to attack you, and it's on these videos called being bullied, why would you not look at me and say, hey, you're a part of this? Why are you standing there recording it? Why am I the one being attacked by the police? See? It's fake. It's fake. Don't even watch the shit, people. Don't even watch. It's garbage. It's garbage, man. That and about these people living in their cars. A person could live in their car, but they won't before too long. Now, they might, but they're going to be hardened. They're going to be a hardened person. They're not going to look all print trick. No, people. Because I just got back from the tobacco store, and right now, let's see, it's 90 degrees right now. I went to Pasadena, Texas, 5 miles from my house to the tobacco store, and got back about an hour ago. It is hot as hell out there. If I was to park somewhere, well, this is life. This is where I go to live now forever. I'd be fucking dead, man. That shit's not real. But anyway, man, I make videos to help people and I like to make people laugh, but think about videos you listen to, and before you start feeling sorry for some asshole and popping out money, donations, and all this. Do this. Look at those damn views. How many views are they getting? How many damn views are they getting? And if they're out on the street or living in a car, how are they getting Wi-Fi internet signal? You see? A person cannot do all that with a cell phone, people. Even though you can get on YouTube and make a video with a cell phone, but not the videos I watch. You know, there's too many ways to know that that's all bullshit. And in real life, there's too many people that would mess with you if you were living in your car or whatever, okay? But think about everything I've said. Don't skip over anything, because I'm trying to help y'all not to let people get to your heart, con you or get you to donate. Don't fall for their bullshit. It's like when Sally Struggles, and it was all about money, just like it was all about money when she played Gloria, the character Gloria on All in the Family with Archie Bumpers. It's all about money. When she'd go to Ethiopia, please help these poor children. Try to donate. Bullshit. Bullshit. Ethiopia never got any of that money, people. And that scamming shit. Different people would host that. That went on for like 30 damn years. Like liars, people will do any damn thing for money. There you go. I won't because I'm a spiritual person. I know after I die, I'm going to face God. Or the worst thing that could happen is if God won't let me face him. That's when you're going to get into trouble because you're going to be left alone and there's only one thing left. So you cannot do wrong in this life. You can't do wrong. You can't deceive people. You know, if you collect money for starving children, well, then you better give it to those damn children and buy the food and personally feed them. Okay? But anyway, I hope you're all having a great day. And Jesus Christ, I love you. Thank you, Almighty God. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for letting me make this video to help people to not be deceived, Father. And thank you for letting me get to the tobacco store in Pasadena, Texas, and get back home safe, and the car to get back home safe, and me. Thank you, Jesus Christ. And I love you all if you do right and you try. Okay? Later, later.